What I suggest is to find out what's special about a girl. It might be her intelligence, it might be some gifts or talents or musical ability or sporting ability, or she might have traveled a lot, or she might be a good artist or something. Try to find out what's special about her and then just give her big compliments on it. Sincere compliments, but big ones. In my experience with the most beautiful women, a lot of them, in my opinion, have a lot of trouble valuing themselves outside of the superficial, simply because since they grew breasts anyway, their whole life they've just been constantly given all this attention for the outside package rather than the fact they might be really intelligent or really charismatic or really funny or something like that. And often they don't really get any compliments or encouragement, in some cases, some really talented women, on anything other than their looks. And this isn't just from guys trying to date or seduce them, it's from men in general, and often other women and their friends. They don't really notice each other than their looks, which is really sad. And I've seen some really pronounced cases of very talented women having quite low self-esteem other than that one thing. If I can just use Jackie as a bit of example, her father, if you just mind me saying, was an incredibly successful and talented, I don't know what you call them, advertising executive, copywriter, creative in Australia. I think he was one of the guys behind the most famous Australian television commercial of all time, won the prize at Cannes and all that. And yeah, she's certainly intelligent, charismatic, and she's funny, which is quite a weird combination for an attractive woman to have all those things going for her. And we were talking about this on the phone while planning the shoot, and it turned out no guy has ever pointed out any of the intelligent, charismatic, funny, as well as beautiful. No guy has ever pointed out any of that in order to get into her pants or date her, which completely freaking boggles my mind. I'd be hitting that button straight away if that's what my goals were. So just talk about that. How has no guy used that to get on side with you, sincerely or even insincerely?
I don't know. I think, when we had that conversation, it actually made me kind of sad that I couldn't easily think of things that men had told me that had nothing to do with how I looked. And then I really had to think about it for quite a long time. But, all I know is that when a guy does give me a compliment that has to do with either a trait that I really value in myself, like being told I'm funny, I love that. Like, that actually touches me, whereas being told I'm beautiful, I know it might sound egotistical, but it doesn't affect me at all. It's like saying you have brown hair to me. I'm like, okay, like, cool. I understand that as a man you like to express your appreciation for beauty, and I love that. But for the woman, if you've been told that your whole life, it really doesn't mean very much. And we would much prefer to be, like I said, complimented on a trait that we value in ourselves, or better yet, I was thinking about it, I love being complimented on a skill that I have. So if someone tells me that they love my art, they love a drawing that I did, like that, it almost makes me want to cry. Like, I love that. If it was a graph or a number system, you tell me I'm beautiful, that's like, that measures like a plus 0.1 in terms of how I'm affected, right? But if you tell me you love a drawing that I did, that's like up here, that's like next level. So if you can think of something that she hasn't heard before, preferably, or even if she has, but something that actually shows that you're looking beyond just the outside, that will mean the world to her. I can guarantee it.
Fantastic. Quick tip: if the girl is an artist, get her phone out, look at some of her drawings, and be having a bit of incidental touch while you're doing it. So, Australian guys, get your bloody act together, mate. No one's ever told her she's beautiful or charismatic or funny or anything. Seriously, Western men are pretty bad. So when you meet a girl, ask good questions, listen to her. If you find out talent, skills, charisma, sense of humor, be sincere, be honest, because women can tell when you're lying very quickly. But point that out repeatedly and sincerely, how intelligent, funny, well-traveled, well-read, whatever she is, and it will get you brownie points beyond anything you can imagine, talking about your BMW or how beautiful her eyes are. So this probably helps explain it really well. I was doing my first ever boot camp as a trainee. This is way back in 2005 or something, 2006. And I was very lucky. The bar that we were at, two models walked in, and they were both with Elite International. They were quite high level girls. And I managed to meet one of them quite skillfully, and get her away from 2 investment bankers, and I ended up leaving with her, where all the other students and 5 instructors got to see me leave with her, which essentially got me the job and got me here today. And then we went back to a cafe near her house, and we just sat and had some food and talked, and yeah, I started talking to her, and she dressed like a very modelly girl, but it was clear she had a pretty serious brain on her. As an aside, her favourite book is Germs, Gun and Steel by Jared Diamond, a brilliant book. So then I asked her this question. So Jackie, let's say you won this competition and you get to meet God and you get to ask him one question. Without thinking about it, just answer straight away. What would your question be?
Why so hands off, God?
Oh my God, that's like the best answer I've ever heard in my life. I must have asked 50 really attractive girls that question, and the second best answer is, why do you make gluttony part of the human condition? I can't believe you came up with that. What made you come up with that? You don't have to answer that. So anyway, that was Jackie and I's recreation of what happened to me back in 2006. The point of this story is, this was maybe the most intimidating woman I've ever met in my life. 6'1", Barbie doll, chest out here, a body that if Michelangelo had carved it, he would have gone, that is my masterpiece. She was unbelievable, 22 years old, elite modelling. And she got this sort of dorky, badly dressed, slightly overweight sort of traveller guy and ended up living with her for 6 weeks. But the reason I got to live with this girl, have this experience, and later on a bunch of threesomes with her, was because I recognised the fact that she was a seriously bright girl. Both her parents had PhDs. Her brother had a PhD in engineering. Her sister had was a prestigious medical doctor, and she got grabbed by elite modelling when she was 15 and flown around the world modelling. But this was a seriously bright girl, and in her modelling, hair people, makeup people, photographer peer group, she'd never really been acknowledged for the fact that she was seriously bright. And I honestly think, and you might say this is excessive, the look in her eye when I complimented her so profusely, she almost fell in love with me there, because I don't think she'd ever had that experience before. So don't ever neg a girl, find something sincere to compliment her on instead. And what do? I forget all the buttons. We've got like, subscribe, bell, what else is there?
Like, subscribe, bell, I think that's all there is. And we'll see you in our next video.
And we're early on in our making these video stages, so if you've got any questions, hit down below and we'll make a video for you soon if we like your question. Ciao. Hey, so if you got something out of that video and you want to find out more on similar topics, click over to the left here. And if you want a fantastic free gift from us, something over and above what we give you on YouTube, click over to the right there. And I look forward to seeing the results you get out of it.